This is an American Douchebag Productions.
Greenie, I'm pulling your coat from the bottom to the top. We are the absolute bosses of hustling in the world out there. When you look in the mirror, you gotta know that cold-hearted bastard looking at you ain't real. He said, "Here you go, fool. A young chump is just like a dumb bitch. He can't figure nothing out for himself. He's gotta have a rundown on everything. Of course I drove those whores crazy."
That's more. That's more.
When men say they're done with dating, that doesn't mean they're done with relationships. It doesn't mean they're giving up on starting families. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means they're done with dating. Okay. And I think a lot of them have a hard time verbalizing this. So that's what I'm going to try to do in this video. Now, there's a little bit of an unwritten rule that men are starting to understand about dating. And you've probably heard people say this in the past. If not, you're going to hear it now. But the only winning move is to not play. You know, in regards to dating, the only winning move is to not play. That's what men are starting to realize. Again, like I said, relationships are fine. Families, fine. Dating, not good. Let me explain why. And this is the part that a lot of people have a hard time verbalizing. This is the dating experience for a man who's actually dating. It could be with your wife, it could be with your girlfriend, it could be a woman that you just met, you know, somebody on Tinder that you're taking out on a first date, whatever. Typically, you have to find a nice little venue to go to. You know, you might just go to dinner, but typically you want to go out and have a good time. So you find a nice venue with good music that you like. You pick her up, you drive to the venue, you park, you know, you pay her $10 to park or whatever. And then you walk to the front door and you wait in line. It's not the greatest experience, but you do what you have to do. Then finally you get to the door. And when you get to the door, there's some 7-foot monster roided up standing there, and he looks at your girl and he says, "You're good." And he throws her a compliment, compliments her looks a little bit. You know, "You're good, looking good tonight. You can go in." And then he looks at you, the man, and he says, "That'll be $20 for you, dirtbag." Maybe it's not that harsh. You know, sometimes it's not that harsh. Sometimes it's even more harsh than that. But I'm not talking about the words here. It's the action. And the action is she gets in free and the man has to pay $20 to get in, $25, sometimes higher to get in. Now, everybody knows this is true. They have ladies' night and, you know, things like this happen. And we've just grown to expect it. This is the norm. But every man knows when he's at the front door and his girl can go in for free and he just has this cuckening moment, you know, this humiliating moment where it's like, she can go in, but I'm so unwanted here that I have to pay. And that's the way the system is set up. That's the way the dating market is set up. Men are not wanted there. Okay, just like this venue. Why do they have this set up? Because women are wanted there. Men are not wanted there. So they put a paywall there to prevent at least broke men from coming in. And by the way, they don't want alphas in there. They don't want charismatic chads in there. They don't want pickup artists in there. No, they want guys in there that will spend their money, guys that will fork out their cash. So they want a bunch of women. They'll fill the place to maximum capacity with women, and they'll let a few guys in, you know, a few suckers in to come in and blow all their money. And men finally started to wake up. You know, they finally started to understand that they go out there and they're not wanted. It has literally nothing to do with women. Okay, it's not all these people that are trying to make it a man versus woman thing. That's stupid. When men say they're done with dating, that doesn't mean they're done with relationships. It doesn't mean.
See, we were just trying to say that in so many words, in so many terms. No, we're not part of the Rainbow Mafia. No, we're not broke. No, we're not trying to be just hopeless incels in our mama's basement. No. We asking the question, why would I participate in something like that? Why? Why would I go ahead and gotta spend at least per the society standards, I have to spend probably almost $500 to almost $1,000 on a decent outfit to go out on a Friday, Saturday night in a big metropolitan city. I know Chicago. I know Chicago. But hell, New York, LA, Miami. Are you really? Really, Atlanta? All right, I don't want to hit. Y'all on the news just as much as we are. So who y'all fooling? Wait outside. Let's say I want to be an American. Let's say I want to go to some place that's playing the popular music of today. You know what I'm saying? Country, a little techno or something like that. Go to one of their bars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Got way outside in a real long line. Yeah. Then I probably gotta sit there and listen to some music I really don't rock and dig with. Try to go ahead and spark up conversations with getting out of my element, trying something different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta speak to different type of people in your life. Different walks of life. That's how you move forward in the world. You gotta talk to different races and different ethnic groups of women. White, Latina, maybe a Marrakesh, a little Indian here and there. Probably got to pay a little bit more to get in. I mean, let's be real. This ain't the Black American experience. I'm gonna get to that one later. You might have to spend about $50 to get into it in this particular club, but it might be worth it. It might be up to your poison. Then let's say you want to go to one of these Black American clubs where they offer nothing but trap music, drill music. Maybe they sprinkle a little R&B from back, way back in the day. Other than that, you ain't got no dance floor. All you got is sectionals. All you got is thirsty people trying to get on a bottle. That's about $500 to $600 dollars. Even though it's about 10% cheaper if you go to the liquor store and get turned up before you get into the club. But I digress. Trashy, overpriced food, watered down drinks. Everybody on their cell phone. And still get shot down. Only for $10 on cheap on entry. Black folks. That $40 holler to get in. Well, you could just took that $40 and went and dug out somebody. But wait. There's more.
It's better to have no whore than a piece of whore.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to choose to donate, you can sock it to my pocket at Cash App, $MISTRO070. And you can hit my email if you want to go ahead and support the content.
Greenie, I'm pulling your coat from the bottom to the top. We are the absolute bosses of hustling in the world out there. When you look in the mirror, you gotta know that cold-hearted bastard looking at you.
This is an American Douchebag Productions.